got word on, and it's pretty unbelievable. There was apparently a break-in at late Representative Melissa Hortman's house in Brooklyn Park. This morning at about 8 o'clock, Brooklyn Park police say that they were alerted to an overnight break-in at that residence. We know that the home had previously been processed by those crime scene investigators, and they did end up taking out, they say, all the evidence that they needed for the homicide investigations. They boarded up the home early Sunday morning, and then they ended up putting one of those police trailer cameras in front of the house, and then they turned it over to the family, who then went in over the weekend. Actually, yesterday, Tuesday, they went in and took out any items that they thought were valuable. They took those out. Well, this morning, it was discovered, police say, that the plywood covering the rear window of the home had been pried off, and the window was broken to gain entry. The home, again, now has been processed by Brooklyn Park PD, this crime scene, for evidence of now a burglary. So they say the home appeared to have been searched by an unknown individual. However, the family has indicated they don't believe anything is missing. Brooklyn Park police say if you live in that area, if you have if you saw anything weird, heard anything weird, if you have camera video from a camera or anything, they want to see it, and they want to try to figure out who might have been in that home. It's pretty unbelievable. Corin Hoggard is joining me now, and Corin, I know you kind of got wind of this, and then we were waiting for confirmation of this, and I apologize, I forgot you were going to be joining us. I kind of read through what we know here, but is there anything else or any reaction from folks as you've been working on this?
Yeah, absolutely. I learned about this at about 11:15 this morning through lawmakers, and then we got it confirmed from Brooklyn Park Police. And so, a lot of these lawmakers are already on edge, whether they were, locked up in their homes or wherever over the last couple of days, Saturday and Sunday especially, and now a new reason for some of them to feel terrorized again. A lot of them are feeling unsafe once again, whether, they don't know exactly what the motive of somebody breaking into this house is. But, when you're already kind of on edge because of the way, things have gone down over the last few days, this is another thing to just send people right over the edge and into fear. And, they are very concerned about it and very concerned about their own safety once again.
Mm-hmm. And so it sounds like, according to their details, there was that trailer camera in the front of the home, and so there's no indication that there was anything in to watch the back of the house, right? From what I'm seeing here.
Yeah, I think you have the same information I do. I do not have any clue whether they caught anything on that camera, but it doesn't sound like there was anything around the back. Most of the texts I'm getting from people who are, concerned about this are including a lot of words I can't use over the air, but they are very concerned that, somebody may be still targeting them at this point. That's hard to say. That's just speculation, and it's probably just the level of fear that they've lived with for a few days just being raised up again. But the police will certainly get into any kind of, cameras from neighbors, etc., and I'm sure there are plenty in that area. But, they're very concerned about who might break into a home that they know is boarded up like this.
It's really unbelievable. When we saw this come through, I'm sure we all had the same reaction. Oh, Amber says she just received a photo that we can share. Okay, so this would be the back of the home where clearly the entry was gained.
Said they broke through in a piece of plywood, from what I understand. So I wonder if that is new damage or old damage in that photo.
That's a great point, Corin. I guess I hadn't thought about that. It says in the release that, yeah, you're right. It was discovered that the plywood covering the rear window of the home had been pried off and the window broken to gain entry. So I guess that may be the case, but we don't know exactly when that was. But boy, yeah, it's hard to even process all of that. Okay, this is, I guess, our Rob Olson is out there. Is that what you're telling me? Okay, our Rob Olson is out there, and we've been allowed to go and get some video here so you can see in the back of the home what we're seeing.
And you can see the plywood there off to the right-hand
Yeah.
side. And I'm wondering, it did sound like somebody broke through plywood to get into this house. So I'm very curious to know if that broken window is new or old.
Yeah, that's a great question. Okay, well, I guess the best we can hope for is that there's a quick resolution to this, meaning they figure out who did it, and that would help, hopefully, in just understanding who that person is and if there's an additional threat there, because obviously that's top of mind for everybody here. Man,
I will also say, my story today that I'm working on is about the security for lawmakers, and almost lost an interview today because of this news breaking, because again, like, they are thinking about what they need to do to secure themselves at home, here at the Capitol, and now, just adding insult to injury with this new break-in.
even if there's no threat, the fear of one is going to be so consuming for so many people. It's just awful. The whole thing is so awful, and it just continues to have ripple effects of just being just unbelievably awful. Thank you, Corin. I'll let you get going and keep working on this stuff, and we'll keep people posted here. Hopefully they can get some information. I guess the most important thing we can do, let people know what happened, get the word out that if you saw or heard anything, I'm sure people in that neighborhood, regardless, are sort of a little bit more alert about things happening around them, to definitely get any information to the police so that they can figure out who did that.
Absolutely.
All right, Corin. Thanks. Appreciate it. All right.